Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Namaste. Welcome to session 69 of the Sundarakandam learning series. We are now starting the 26th Sarga. As we have seen until now, Ravana has threatened Sita Mata to accede to her request. He's given her a short interval of time. And she is now very sad, and she approaches the Shimshipa tree where Hanuman is lying concealed, sitting concealed. And she is bemoaning her fate. Okay. Let us see this particular Sarga. अथ षड्विंशः सर्गाः आत्महत्यानिश्चयाः. Okay, the Sarga as the name denotes shows that or talks about Sita Mata wanting to take her own life because she believes that it is better to take her own life rather than to be killed brutally by the Rakshasis and eaten by them, or to yield to Ravana's pleas. She also feels very dejected, wretched about her situation. You will see more of it in this particular Sarga. Prasaktashrumukhityevam ब्रुवन्ति जनकात्मजा अधोमुखमुखी बाला अधोमुखमुखी बाला विलप्तुम् उपचक्रमे प्रसक्ताश्रुमुखीत्येवं ब्रुवन्ति जनकात्मजा प्रसक्ताश्रुमुखीत्येवं ब्रुवन्ति जनकात्मजा अधोमुखमुखी बाला विलप्तुम् उपचक्रमे अधोमुखमुखी बाला विलप्तुम् उपचक्रमे टुगेदर प्रसक्ताश्रुमुखीत्येवं ब्रुवन्ति जनकात्मजा अधोमुखमुखी बाला विलप्तुम् उपचक्रमे. She started. What did she start? Vilaptum upachakrame. Okay. Lap means dhatu, which means to lament. She started to lament. Prasakta ashrumukhi. Prasakta means many attached. Ashru means tears on her face with a tear-laden, tear-filled face. Bala, young lady. Janakatmaja, daughter of Janaka. Evam, in this way. Bruvanti, speaking thus. Adhogata mukhi. With her, adho means downward direction. Gata means going. Mukha means face. So with the face pointing in the downward direction. So basically she's very sad, looking down. She starts to cry and lament. The words used to describe her are tear-filled, one with a tear-filled face, the young lady, Bala, young lady, Janakatmaja, daughter of Janaka. So Sita thus started to cry and lament. Unmatteva pramatteva भ्रान्तचित्तेव शोचति उपावृत्ता किशोरीव विवेष्टन्ति महीतले उन्मत्तेव प्रमत्तेव भ्रान्तचित्तेव शोचति उन्मत्तेव प्रमत्तेव भ्रान्तचित्तेव शोचति उपावृत्ता किशोरीव विवेष्टन्ति महीतले उपावृत्ता किशोरीव विवेष्टन्ति महीतले टुगेदर उन्मत्तेव प्रमत्तेव भ्रान्तचित्तेव शोचति उपावृत्ता किशोरीव विवेष्टन्ति महीतले. Viveshtanti asit. Asit was. Viveshtanti means Vishdhatu means to coil. Viveshtanti means she was curling herself up into a ball and rolling. Okay. Unmatteva, like a unmatta, a bewildered person. Pramatteva, like an intoxicated person. Unmatta, pramatta on first sight seem to mean the same thing, but they have different meanings. Okay, slightly different meanings. Okay, pramatta means intoxicated due to the influence of some substance, not able to think clearly. Pramatta. Here, what is the substance? In her case, her doshas were not in balance, says Ramayana Shiromani. Pittadi doshena doshasya doshavat doshadu karanat. So because of these doshas not being in balance, because of extreme agony, extreme distress, she behaved as if she was intoxicated. Unmatta, on the other hand, does not mean intoxicated. Unmatta means bewildered. So like someone who is bewildered, confused. Okay. Bhranta chitteva, one whose mind has or is filled with distraction. Okay, Bhranta chitta means one whose mind is not focusing. Here the meaning is taken like that. Normally, the meaning of the word Bhranti is misunderstanding, wrong understanding. Here, Sita Mata does not have any wrong understanding. Her mind is simply distracted. Why? Because it is fixed on Rama. It is not able to look at other things. So her mind is only fixed on Rama and distracted in terms of other objects in the world. Shochati, one who is constantly worrying. Upavritta Kishoriva, like a young mare. Upavritta, which is allowed to wallow in the grounds. Mahitale, on the grounds. Viveshtanti, she was also coiled around. The backstory is usually when young horses are made to take a load or run a long distance, for the first few times, they can't stand the pain. So what is usually done at the end of the evening near a water body, that young horse, young mare, will be let loose. And what will it do? After drinking its fill of water, it will coil itself round and round on the bare ground. And by this, it would sort of, make itself feel better. Okay, so this is a technique which mares follow to help themselves. In a similar way, because they'll be in extreme pain. In a similar way, Sita Mata in extreme pain appeared to wallow. This does not mean she curled herself into a ball and started to wallow. What it essentially means is she was very agitated and like a intoxicated or like a exhausted mare which is allowed to run and coil itself in the sand, she was coiling herself into a tight ball and rolling under the shimshupa tree, basically lamenting. When we are very sad, what do we do? If you've seen young children cry, very young children cry, what do? They draw their knees up close under their chin, they tuck it, and they start crying, and then they roll their bodies back and forth, left to right, left to right. And then how do you calm them down? You have to give the whole ball a hug. And then the child will slowly calm down. Similarly, like that kind of a young child, she was rolling herself under the shimshupa tree, having coiled her body into a tight ball. I hope the meaning is clear. So please don't think Sita Mata unabashedly was rolling on the ground like a man. Okay, the meaning here is out of sadness, she is coiling herself and moving left, right, front, back under the tree. Okay, so now we go to the next shloka. राघवस्य प्रमत्तस्य रक्षसा कामरूपिणा रावणेन प्रमथ्याहम् आनीता क्रोशति बलात् राघवस्य प्रमत्तस्य रक्षसा कामरूपिणा राघवस्य प्रमत्तस्य रक्षसा कामरूपिणा रावणेन प्रमथ्याहम् आनीता क्रोशति बलात् रावणेन प्रमथ्याहम् आनीता क्रोशति बलात्. Together. राघवस्य प्रमत्तस्य रक्षसा कामरूपिणा रावणेन प्रमथ्याहम् आनीता क्रोशति बलात्. Anita was led. Raghavas Anita Asit was led. Raghavasya Pramattasya, when Raghava was otherwise engaged. Here Pramatta does not mean intoxicated. When Raghava, when Rama was, Pramatta here refers to he was otherwise occupied in chasing the golden deer. So when Raghava was otherwise engaged, Kamarupina, Rakshasa, Rakshasa, Ravanena Pramathya, Kamarupina, one who can assume any form. Who here Ravana, not Maricha. Ravana had taken the form of a Brahmin and came to beg alms from Sita Mata. No. So Kamarupina, one who takes any form at will. Rakshasa Ravanena, by the Rakshasa Ravana. Pramathya, by force. Kroshati, one who was screaming. Aham Balatanita, I was forcibly brought here. So when my husband Rama was otherwise engaged by the Rakshasa Ravana, I was forcibly abducted here. She's stating her story. Rakshasi Vashamapanna, Rakshasi Vashamapanna, Bhatsyamana Sudarunam, Bhatsyamana Sudarunam, Chintayanti Sudukharta, Chintayanti Sudukharta, Naham Jivitumutssahe, Naham Jivitumutssahe, Rakshasi Vashamapanna, Bhatsyamana Sudarunam, Rakshasi Vashamapanna, Bhatsyamana Sudarunam, Chintayanti Sudukharta, Naham Jivitumutssahe, Chintayanti Sudukharta, Naham Jivitumutssahe. Together. Rakshasi Vashamapanna, Bhatsyamana Sudarunam, Chintayanti Sudukharta, Naham Jivitumutssahe. Na utsahe. I do not have any enthusiasm for. I do not desire. Rakshasi Vasham Apanna, having come under the control of the Rakshasis. Apanna means having come. Having come under the control of the Rakshasis. So Darunam, in a dreadful state. Bhartsyamana, one who is threatened. Chintayanti, constantly worrying and thinking about Rama. Sudukkhata, very saddened one. Aham, I. Jivitum, to live. Na utsahe, I do not wish to live. Okay. Whenever we're feeling very sad, whenever we are feeling that there is no hope, we should read this Sarga. When Sita Mata, Jagan Mata is going through distress, even she talks like me, we will think. Okay, and then we will take some hope from this. Immediately after this, you should not stop at 26. You should read 27. Okay, because in 27, it is like Bhagavan showing a good sign and saying, don't worry, you will be saved. So when you read 26, always read 26 followed by 27. Never stop at 26 ending. Whenever you can. Okay, so 26 will make you feel, Amma, I am not the only one suffering. There have been greater, bigger, Goddess herself has suffered. And then 27 will tell you, God only will show you the way. Both will happen. Next shloka. Nahi me jiviterartho, nahi me jiviterartho, naivarthe na cha bhushanaihi, naivarthair na cha bhushanaihi. Again. नैवार्थैर् न च भूषणैः वसन्त्या राक्षसी मध्ये वसन्त्या राक्षसी मध्ये वीणारामं महारथम् वीणारामं महारथम् न हि मे जीविते रथो नैवार्थैर्न च भूषणैः न हि मे जीवितेऽर्थो नैवार्थैर्न च भूषणैः वसन्त्या राक्षसी मध्ये वीणारामं महारथम् वसन्त्या राक्षसी मध्ये वीणारामं महारथम् न हि मे जीवितेऽर्थोर्नैवार्थैर्न च भूषणैः वसन्त्या राक्षसी मध्ये वीणारामं महारथम् न अस्ति अस्ति we have to add Maharatham Ramam Vina. Without the great brave warrior Rama, Rakshasi Madhye Vasantyaha. For one who is living in the middle of the Rakshasis, Rakshasi Madhye, Vasanti means one who is living. Vasantyaha, of one who is living. Me, for me. Jivitena Artaha na. By continuing to live, there is no meaning. Na Arthaihi. There is no meaning with objects of wealth. Na bhushanaihi na. Nor do I have any use for ornaments. So this is indirectly an answer to Ravana's bribes and the Rakshasi's statements that if she were to accede to Ravana's request, she will have all the wealth in the world. Again, she is telling, without Rama, all this wealth and ornaments, everything is useless for me. Okay, that's showing her Pativratya. Ashmasaramidam nunam Ashmasaramidam nunam Athavaapyajaraamaram Hridayam mama yenedam na dukkhenavashiriyate Ashmasaramidam nunam Athavaapyajaraamaram Ashmasaramidam nunam Athavaapyajaraamaram Hridayam mama yenedam na dukkhenavashiriyate Hridayam mama yenedam na dukkhenavashiriyate. Together. Ashmasaramidam nunam Athavaapyajaraamaram Hridayam mama yenedam na dukkhenavashiriyate. Na avashiriyate. Does not tear up, does not tear, does not break. Athava, or else. Mama hridayam, my heart. Idam hridayam, this heart of mine. Noonam, surely. Ashmasaram, made of stone. What kind of ashma? Ajaramaram, without birth or death. A stone doesn't have birth or death, no. So my hridayam is like a stone, without birth or death. Ajaramaram api, even though does not have a birth or death. Yena dukkhena na avashiriyate. Sorry, not even though. Api means also. Also incapable of being born or dying. Yena dukkhena, because of which, by my sorrow, na avashiriyate, does not break. So she marvels that she is still alive. She feels my heart surely must be made of stone. Otherwise, by now it should have broken. If my heart has not broken and I'm continuing to live, that means my heart is indeed made of something almost imperishable. Dhing mam anaryam asatim. Dhing mam. So tell it like this. Dhing mam anaryam asatim. Dhing mam anaryam asatim. Dhing mam anaryam asatim. Don't say dhin as it is in English, huh? That nga you should bring in. धिङ्माम् अनार्यामसतीं याहं तेन विना कृता याहं तेन विना कृता मुहूर्तमपि रक्षामि मुहूर्तमपि रक्षामि जीवितं पापजीविता जीवितं पापजीविता धिङ्मामनार्यामसतीं याहं तेन विना कृता धिङ्मामनार्यामसतीं याहं तेन विना कृता मुहूर्तमपि रक्षामि जीवितं पापजीविता मुहूर्तमपि रक्षामि जीवितं पापजीविता टुगेदर धिङ्माम् अनार्याम् असतीं याहं तेन विना कृता मुहूर्तमपि रक्षामि जीवितं पापजीविता. So here she is kind of cursing herself. Okay, Papa Jivita, yeah, one who has committed many sins. That is why I'm in the state. One who has committed many sins. Ya Papa Jivita, Aham, I. Tena Vinakrita, Kena Ramena. Having been separated from Rama. Okay, being separated from Rama. Muhurtam api Jivitam Rakshami. For a short while also, the very fact that I'm able to preserve my life. Muhurtam api, for a short while also. Jivitam, my life. Rakshami, I am preserving. So what am I? Anaryam, Asati, Mam, Dikkat. 5 on me. Who am I? Anarya, Asati. Anarya means Anari Jushta Kaswargama. Kirtikaram Arjuna will come in second chapter Bhagavad Gita. No, Anarya, one who's not noble. But actually, we should not be so harsh. Huh? Shiromani Bhashya, nicely he says. Arya means husband. Anarya, one without husband. So, separated from my husband. Asati. Asati means one who existence might as well not be there. Okay, I am there, but I might as well not be there. Mom, dhik fai on me. So she's essentially feeling very sorry for herself and saying, what kind of sins have I committed that I'm now separated from my husband? And having been separated from my husband, how am I even able to carry my life? काच मे जीविते श्रद्धा काच मे जीविते श्रद्धा सुखे वा तं प्रियं विना सुखे वा तं प्रियं विना भर्तारं सागरान्ताया भर्तारं सागरान्ताया वसुधायाः प्रियं वदम् वसुधायाः प्रियं वदम् काच मे जीविते श्रद्धा सुखे वा तं प्रियं विना काच मे जीविते श्रद्धा सुखे वा तं प्रियं विना भर्तारं सागरान्तायाः वसुधायाः प्रियं वदम् भर्तारं सागरान्ताया वसुधाया प्रियं वदम् टुगेदर काच मे जीविते श्रद्धा सुखे वा तं प्रियं विना भर्तारं सागरान्ताया वसुधाया प्रियं वदम्. Okay, so Shraddha ka, she's asking, what is the interest? वसुधायाः सागरान्तायाः भर्तारं प्रियं वदं तं विना. Tam refers to Ramam. Ramam vina, without Rama. Who is he? Vasudhayaha Sagarantayaha Bharta. What does that mean? Vasudhayaha, of the earth. Sagarantayaha, extending up to the level, up to the shores of the oceans. Bharta, Lord. So one who is the Lord of the entire world. Another adjective for him, Priyambadam. Priyambadaha means what? One who always speaks pleasingly. earlier, I don't remember in which part of the thing, I think in Balakanda, Priyambada means not only one who speaks pleasing words, but Satyam Bruyat, Priyam Bruyat. Na Bruyat, Satyam Apriyam. This is the Manusmriti rule. Okay, Satyam Bruyat, one must speak the truth. Priyam Bruyat, one must speak that which is pleasing. Na Bruyat, Satyam Apriyam. If there is a truth which is not pleasing to hear, it may not be spoken. If you have to speak the truth, speak it as pleasingly as possible. Okay, so Priyam Badam means, but then don't speak falsehood. Asatyam Priyam na Bruyat. That so even they don't even say it. Got it? We are not allowed to say Asatyam just because we have to speak Priyam. Okay, very difficult, no? When we criticize, give feedback, or when we try to manage our interpersonal relationships in this world with our children, with our colleagues, with people in the family, it's very difficult to speak only the truth and that too pleasingly. And never speak an untruth just because you want to speak pleasingly. So Priyam Padaha means one who always speaks the truth pleasingly. Okay, and then Tam Vina, without Rama, Me Jivite, by my living, in my living, Sukheva, Shraddhaka, in my pursuit of pleasure. Shraddhaka, what is the interest? What is the benefit? I don't see any use. Without Rama, what is the use of my life? What is the use of pleasures? What is the use of anything else? He is foremost. Bhidyatam, Dhaksyatam Vapi, Bhidyatam, Dhaksyatam Vapi, Shariram Visrjamyaham, Shariram Visrjamyaham, Nachapyaham Chiram Dukkham, Nachapyaham Chiram Dukkham, Saheyam Priyavarjita, Saheyam Priyavarjita, Bhidyatam Bhaksyatam Vapi, Shariram Visrjamyaham, Bhidyatam Bhaksyatam Vapi, Shariram Visrjamyaham, Nachapyaham Chiram Dukkham, Saheyam Priyavarjita, न चाप्यहं चिरं दुःखं साहेयं प्रियवर्जिता. Together. Bhidyataam bhakshyatam vapi shariram visrjamyaham na chapyaham chiram dukkham saheyam priyavarjita. Na saheyam, I cannot bear. What can she not bear? Aham shariram visrjami. Aham, I, shariram, body, visrjami, will throw away, will leave. Bhityatam, bhakshitam vapi. Whether they cut me to pieces or whether they eat me up, Priyavarjita aham, without my beloved. Priyavarjita, without my beloved. Aham, I. Chiram dukkham na cha saheyam. This kind of sorrow I cannot bear for long. Okay, let them do whatever they want with me, but I will throw away my body, is how she is thinking and speaking. चरणेनापि सव्येन चरणेनापि सव्येन न स्पृशेयं निशाचरं न स्पृशेयं निशाचरं रावणं किं पुनरहं रावणं किं पुनरहं कामयेयं विगर्हितं कामयेयं विगर्हितं चरणेनापि सव्येन न स्पृशेयं निशाचरं चरणेनापि सव्येन न स्पृशेयं निशाचरं रावणं किं पुनरहं काममेयं विगर्हितं रावणं किं पुनरहं काममेयं विगर्हितम्. Okay. Together. Charanena pisavena na sprisheyam Nishacharam Ravanam Kim Punaraham Kamayeyam Vigarhitam. So, Sprisheyam, Kamameyam are words which mean fit for touching, fit for loving. Okay, so Nishacharam Vigarhitam Ravanam. Nishachara. Nishachara, I hope you all appreciate the word and its meaning. Nishachara means Rakshasa, you all know. Nisham Charatiti Nishacharaha. One who walks about in the night. Nocturnal being. So Nishachara. That is why he's called a Nishachara. Rakshasas are called Nishacharas. Okay, Nishacharam. Vigarhitam. Deplorable. Ravanam. Ravana. Aham. I. Savyena Charanena Apina Sprisheyam. Savyena. With the left charana, foot also. With the left foot also. Nasprishayam. It is beneath me to touch. He does not deserve that touch. I cannot even think of touching him with my left foot. Kim punaha kamameyam. What then do you talk about loving him? If he is not fit to be even touched by my left foot, how can I even think of, or how can you even think that I would look at him with love? So this answers the questions of the Rakshasis, or the arguments of the Rakshasis, that when youth and beauty are still there, she ought to enjoy herself with Ravana. Okay, she is saying beyond my youth and beauty, the very fact that I cannot even think of touching Ravana with my left foot itself should tell you I cannot even think of loving him. So his wealth is not going to appease my shoka. I am not going to be turned over. I'm not going to change my colors just because you're bribing me with the fact that his wealth is something that I should enjoy when I'm young and beautiful. Actually, the one who says this, Anantarama Dikshitar, in his commentary, mentions that this is the answer to the Rakshasi's argument. Pratyakyatam na janati, pratyakyatam na janati, natmanam natmanah pulam, natmanam natmanah pulam, yondrisham sasvabhavena, yondrisham sasvabhavena, mam prarthayitumichhati, मां प्रार्थयितुमिच्छति, प्रत्याख्यातं न जानाति, नात्मानं नात्मनः कुलं, प्रत्याख्यातं न जानाति, नात्मानं नात्मनः कुलं, योऽदृशं सस्वभावेन मां प्रार्थयितुमिच्छसि इच्छति, योऽदृशं सस्वभावेन मां प्रार्थयितुमिच्छति. Together. प्रत्याख्यातं न जानाति, नात्मानं नात्मनः कुलं, योऽदृशं सस्वभावेन मां प्रार्थयितुमिच्छति. न जानाति, इच्छति. These are the two verbs. Na janati, he does not know. Ichhati, he desires. Who? Ravana only. Yaha, one who, Ravana. Drishamsa swabhavena. Swabhava means nature. Drishamsa means cruel. So by his cruel nature. Mam prarthaitam ichhati. One who he desires to plead to me, or he desires to request me. Atmanam pratyakyatam na janati. Atmanam, his self. Pratyakyatam, loss of fame. Na janati, does not know. He does not know that by approaching a married lady and trying to plead to her for her favors will lead to loss of glory, fame, and all problems only for him. So, Atmanam Pratyakyatam na janati. Without thinking through the consequences of his heinous action, he has behaved thus with me. Atmanaha kulam na janati. He does not know to what kula he belongs. Here, remember the Rakshasis, when they were trying to plead Sita Mata to consider Ravana's request, what do they talk about? He is from Vishrava's clan, he is so great, he is the great grandson of Brahma. All these arguments they had put forward. But here she is talking about not even though he may have belonged to the class of the rishis, even though he may be Kubera's half brother, still his family lineage is flawed. Why? His mother is a Rakshasi. Correct? So Atmanaha kulam na janati. He does not know his own lineage. Okay. That is why I scorned him. That is the implication. Here Ramayana Tilaka commentary says that it is because he is blinded by his karma that he even dares to talk to Sita Mata without knowing his own kula and his own, and the fact that this will surely lead to his destruction. Chinna bhinna prabhinna va, chinna bhinna prabhinna va, deepte vagrau pradipita, deepte vagrau pradipita. रावणं लोपतिष्ठेयम्, रावणं लोपतिष्ठेयम्, किं प्रलापेन वश्चिरम्, किं प्रलापेन वश्चिरम्. छिन्ना भिन्ना प्रभिन्ना वा, दीप्ते वाग्नौ प्रदीपिता, छिन्ना भिन्ना प्रभिन्ना वा, दीप्ते वाग्नौ प्रदीपिता. रावणं लोपतिष्ठेयम्, किं प्रलापेन वश्चिरम्, रावणं लोपतिष्ठेयम्, किं प्रलापेन वश्चिरम्. Together. छिन्ना भिन्ना प्रभिन्ना वा, दीप्ते वाग्नौ प्रदीपिता, रावणं लोपतिष्ठेयम्, किं प्रलापेन वश्चिरम्. Chiram pralapena kim. Chiram for a long time. Pralapena by complaining. Kim, what is the use? Okay. So what is the use of me complaining so much also? Chinna va, bhinna va, prabhinna va, deepte agnau pradipita va, ravanam na upatishteyam. Ravana na upatishteyam. I will not accept Ravana. Na upatishteyam. He does not. Remember, earlier also we had the words kamameyam, sprisheyam. Here, upatishteyam. He does not deserve to be accepted. So, there is no way in which I will take Ravana. So, whatever be the consequences. What are the consequences? Chinna, bhinna, prabhinna, deepte, agnau, pradipita. Okay, so here we'll think chinna means cut, bhinna means cut, prabhinna means cut, deepte means burnt, pradipita also means burnt. So why is Valmiki Maharishi wasting 3 words where 1 word is sufficient and 2 words where 1 word is sufficient? So the Ramayana Tilaka commentary very beautifully the difference between each word and the specific meaning of each word is conveyed. So for those who like Sanskrit, it will be interesting to know. So the word chid, bhid are the 2 dhatus. Chid leads to chinna. Bhid leads to bhinna, prabhinna. Okay, both mean to cut or to break. But what is the difference? Chinna is rajjuvat. So you take a scissor and cut it like a rope. So whether they cut me up into pieces like a rope. Chinna. Bhinna means broken like a stone. Bhittivat. Like how you take a stone and drop it to the ground and breaks into pieces. That is bhinna. Whether they break me into pieces. Prabhinna is ghatavat. How do you break a pot? Not like how you break a stone. You take a stick and you break the pot. Then the pot will break into many pieces. So prabhinna means prakarshena bhinna, broken like a ghata, like a pot. So however I am destroyed, whether I am cut like a rope, broken like a stone, or broken like a pot. What is the difference between Deepta and Pradipita? Does anyone know? Yes?
Ma'am, Deepta means Deepam, ma'am.
Deepa means Deepa, which means?
Fire.
Pradipa also means Deepam only. Okay.
Or
Tell me.
which is burned by fire?
Yes, burnt by fire. Both means burnt by fire only. But what is the difference? Just like chidda, bidda, both mean broken. We saw the fine point of difference. This is not true everywhere, okay? Here specifically he has taken it out and then made the difference. Normally when you're reading, if you read chinna, binna, you can say broken and you'll be right. Okay, but in specific cases, if you are being very, very, very nuanced about the meaning, this is how you should take the meaning. If you see chinna and binna both in the same place, you should not take both as broken. You should take one as binna as broken as stone, chinna as one which is cut like a rope. Okay, so now I'll tell you Deepta and Pradipta. Deepta is burnt on fire. So you take something, for example, I'm sure many of you have big fat brinjals at home, which you roast on fire. To roast on fire, to burn something on fire. You take a piece of coal and you burn it on fire, to set it on fire, right? That is Deepta. Pradipita is taking a mashal or a torch and then lighting up something like so burning something is Pradipi. Deepta is roasting something on fire. So whatever happens to me, now don't even apply it all this in context to Sita Mata. She says, whatever happens to me, I will not take Rama. Okay, Ravana, sorry. I will not take Ravana. That is and so Kim Pralapena Vaschinam. What is the point of me complaining about this, or you people constantly talking to me about this? There is going to be no change in my attitude, is what she is saying. ख्यातः प्राज्ञः कृतज्ञश्च ख्यातः प्राज्ञः कृतज्ञश्च सानुक्रोशश्च राघवः सानुक्रोशश्च राघवः सद्वृत्तो निरनुक्रोशः सद्वृत्तो निरनुक्रोशः शङ्के मद्भाग्यसंक्षयात् शङ्के मद्भाग्यसंक्षयात् ख्यातः प्राज्ञः कृतज्ञश्च सानुक्रोशश्च राघवः ख्यातः प्राज्ञः कृतज्ञश्च सानुक्रोशश्च राघवः सद्वृत्तो निरनुक्रोशः शङ्खे मद्भाग्यसंक्षयात् सद्वृत्तो निरनुक्रोशः शङ्के मद्भाग्यसंक्षयात्. Together, we'll go slowly in case it's full of, in case you're finding it difficult. ख्यातः प्राज्ञः कृतज्ञश्च सानुक्रोशश्च राघवः सद्वृत्तो निरनुक्रोशः शङ्के मद्भाग्यसंक्षयात्. Shanke, I believe. Raghavaha. Now all these lovely words are description of Raghava. Rama. Khyataha, one who is renowned. Okay. He is renowned even among his enemies, says Govindaraja, not just in his land, but he is known to kill his enemies, and therefore all the enemies, including Maricha, feared him. Okay. So Khyataha, one who is renowned. Pragyaha, Prakashena Janati iti Pragyaha, one who is wise. Kritagyaha. Last class we saw the meaning of Kritagyaha. One who is blessed with the emotion of gratitude. Sanukroshaha. Sa anukroshaha. One who is very kind-hearted. His heart melts at the sight of his pitiful devotees. Sadvrittaha. One who always follows right conduct. Okay. He is Rama. But Madbhagyavashat. Because of my misfortune, mat bhagya, my fortune, sankshayat, misfortune, due to the loss of my good fortune, niranukroshah shanke, his condition has become pitiable, I believe. Because of my lack of good fortune, Lord Rama, who was filled with kindness, gratitude, compassion, always well behaved, always follows the right conduct, one who is renowned for his bravery, one who is so knowledgeable, one who is so wise, even his condition has become pitiable, I believe. Why? Because he is not rescuing me. That is the implication. If his conditions were the same as usual, by now I would be out of here. The very fact that for so many months I have been held captive by Ravana is because of my misfortune. Okay. राक्षसानां जनस्थाने राक्षसानां जनस्थाने सहस्राणि चतुर्दश सहस्राणि चतुर्दश येनैकेन निरस्तानि येनैकेन निरस्तानि समां किं नाभिपद्यते समां किं नाभिपद्यते राक्षसानां जनस्थाने सहस्राणि चतुर्दश राक्षसानां जनस्थाने सहस्राणि चतुर्दश येनैकेन निरस्तानि समां किं नाभिपद्यते येनैकेन निरस्तानि समां किं नाभिपद्यते टुगेदर राक्षसानां जनस्थाने सहस्राणि चतुर्दश येनैकेन निरस्तानि समां किं नाभिपद्यते न अभिपद्यते does not protect me ekena yena janasthane ekena by single handedly by himself yena by whom janasthane in janasthana this is after the 14,000 rakshasas attacked him rakshasanam chaturdasha sahasrani nirastani one who destroyed the 14,000 rakshasas saha he mam me kim nabhipatyate why does he not reach me and protect me okay so this is an indirect answer to the Rakshasi's question that single-handedly the pitiable Rama without his kingdom without his wife okay lost and wandering in the forest just following tapasya what would he do how will he defeat Ravana this is an indirect answer saying he has single-handedly killed 14,000 Rakshasas for him killing a few more is not going to be a big task okay निरुद्धारावणेनाहम् अल्पवीर्येण रक्षसा समर्थः खलु मे भर्ता समर्थः खलु मे भर्ता रावणं हन्तु माहवे निरुद्धारावणेनाहम् अल्पवीर्येण रक्षसा निरुद्धारावणेनाहम् अल्पवीर्येण रक्षसा समर्थः खलु मे भर्ता रावणं हन्तु माहवे समर्थः खलु मे भर्ता रावणं हन्तु माहवे टुगेदर निरुद्धारावणेनाहम् अल्पवीर्येण रक्षसा समर्थः खलु मे भर्ता रावणं हन्तु माहवे समर्थः खलु he is capable indeed aham I alpaviryena rakshasa by this rakshasa Ravana who has alpavira one who is alpavirya one who is of inferior valor okay alpaviryena rakshasa Ravanena by this Ravana of inferior valor niruddha I have been held captive me bharta ahave Ravanam hantum samartha kalu me bharta my husband ahave in battle Ravanam hantum to kill Ravana samartha capable kalu indeed question and statement okay so it's a rhetoric so Ravana has by playing a trick by deceiving me and Rama he has managed to abduct me if directly faced in battle Rama will indeed defeat Ravana that's all sustain विरोधो दण्डकारण्ये येन राक्षसपुङ्गवाः रणे रामेण निहतः Samam kim nabhipatyate. Samam kim nabhipatyate. Virodho dandakaranye. Yena rakshasa pungavaha. Virodho dandakaranye. Yena rakshasa pungavaha. रणे रामेण निहतः समां किं नाभिपत्यते रणे रामेण निहतः समां किं नाभिपत्यते विरोधो दण्डकारण्ये येन राक्षसपुङ्गवः रणे रामेण निहतः समां किं नाभिपत्यते न अभिपद्यते not protecting me येन रामेण दण्डकारण्ये रणे राक्षसपुङ्गवः विराधः निहतः ओ विरोधः निहतः sorry here सः रामः किं न अभिपद्यते okay विरोध येन रामेण if you have viradha in your patha also that is correct viradha was killed by rama correct the asura if that is there in your patha saying Gita press or something that is okay virodha if it is there it means enemy okay so yena ramena by which Rama Dandakaranye in the Dandakaranya forest Rane in a battle Rakshasa Pungavaha Virodaha the greatest among the Rakshasas who Khara Dushana etc Nihataha were killed Saharamaha that Rama Kimna Avipadyate why does he not protect me so indirectly she is still singing his glories she is saying see single-handedly he killed 14,000 Rakshasas he defeated great Rakshasas why is he not coming to my rescue all this dhwani is he will come to my rescue कामं मध्ये समुद्रस्य कामं मध्ये समुद्रस्य लङ्केयं दुष्प्रधर्षणा लङ्केयं दुष्प्रधर्षणा न तु राघवबाणानां न तु राघवबाणानां गतिरोधो भविष्यति गतिरोधो भविष्यति कामं मध्ये समुद्रस्य लङ्केयं दुष्प्रधर्षणा कामं मध्ये समुद्रस्य लङ्केयं दुष्प्रदर्शना न तु राघवबाणानां गतिरोधो भविष्यति न तु राघवबाणानां गतिरोधो भविष्यति कामं मध्ये समुद्रस्य लङ्केयं दुष्प्रधर्षणा न तु राघवबाणानां गतिरोधो भविष्यति गतिरोधः न भविष्यति न भविष्यति will not be what will not be समुद्रस्य मध्ये in the middle of the ocean iyam lanka this lanka note no lanka is a feminine word what is the adjective what is the pronoun used for it iyam okay iyam is feminine pronoun iyam lanka dushpradharshana it is unassailable too but raghava bananam of Raghava's arrows gatirodhaha resistance na bhavishyati will not be even if he were to shoot an arrow from India there will be no obstacle for it to reach Lanka okay even if he cannot cross the ocean personally to reach me just an arrow of his is enough okay in the Valmiki Ramayana there are quotations of how Rama is a great archer okay there are references that if Rama shoots an arrow it can go unhindered all the way to Brahmaloka she is indirectly referring to that and saying when his prowess with the arrows and bow and arrow is so great that his arrows can directly reach Brahmaloka what is Lanka even if it is unassailable by enemies his arrows will surely find their mark here so she is still trying to make sense of why has Rama not found me किं नो तत्कारणं येन किं नु तत्कारणं येन रामो दृढपराक्रमः रामो दृढपराक्रमः रक्षसापहृतां भार्यां रक्षसापहृतां भार्याम् इष्टां नाभ्यवपद्यते इष्टां नाभ्यवपद्यते again इष्टां नाभ्यवपद्यते किं नु तत्कारणं येन रामो दृढपराक्रमः किं नु तत्कारणं येन रामो दृढपराक्रमः रक्षसापहृतां भार्याम् इष्टां नाभ्यवपद्यते रक्षसापहृतां भार्याम् इष्टां नाभ्यवपद्यते टुगेदर किं नु तत्कारणं येन रामो दृढपराक्रमः रक्षसापहृतां भार्याम् इष्टां नाभ्यवपद्यते न अवपद्यते does not reach me tat karanam kim nu what could be the reason tat karanam what could be that reason kim nu means what can it be yena by which dridha parakramah ramah one parakrama means brave dridha means one with great resolution so if he puts his mind on a task okay nothing will stop him from completing the task and his valor is dridha parakramaha so his bravery or valor is such that he will never give up so that kind of rama dridha parakrama ramah rakshasa apahritam ishtam bharyam rakshasa apahritam by rakshasas abducted ishtam bharyam his beloved wife na abhivapatyate why does he not reach me I am beloved to him he is fully capable of finding me wherever I am whichever corner of the earth I may be in so what is the reason that he has not yet found me the Sita Mata's thought Radhiji, be on mute unless you have something to ask. इहस्थां मां न जानीते इहस्थां मां न जानीते शङ्के लक्ष्मणपूर्वजः शङ्के लक्ष्मणपूर्वजः जानन्नपि हि तेजस्वी जानन्नपि हि तेजस्वी धर्षणं मर्शयिष्यति धर्षणं marshayishyati don't say darshanam marshayishyati darshanam you all know having darshanam at a temple okay darshanam marshayishyati means to kill darshan okay darshanam marshayishyati means to kill the terrible act or to destroy the terrible act ihastham mam na janite shanke lakshmana purvajah ihastham mam na janite शङ्के लक्ष्मणपूर्वजः जानन्नपि हि तेजस्वी धर्षणं मर्शयिष्यति जानन्नपि हि तेजस्वी धर्षणं मर्शयिष्यति इहस्थां मां न जानीते शङ्के लक्ष्मणपूर्वजः जानन्नपि हि तेजस्वी धर्षणं मर्शयिष्यति once more ihastham mam na janite shanke lakshmana purvajah janannapi hi tejasvi dharshanam marshayishyati no marshayishyati does not mean destroy marshayishyati means tolerate or forgive let's see the meaning marshayishyati is a verb which means forgive will forgive okay so lakshmana purvajah the elder one to Lakshmana, Rama, Mam, me, ihastham na janite, does not know that I am situated here. Ihastha means what? One who is here. Iha means here. Stha means one who is. Iha stha means his thumb, one who is situated here. Na janite, he does not know. Shanke, iti shanke, I believe so. Janannapi, if also, if he knows. Tejasvi, the effulgent, glorious Rama. Dharshanam, marshayishyati, question mark. This terrible act, okay, will he tolerate, is how you should take. Okay. So this is a Kaku Prayoga. Kaku Prayoga is, it seems to mean he will tolerate this terrible act. But when this Prayoga is used, instead of putting a full stop, you should put a question mark. And then understand the meaning as not he will tolerate this terrible act, but as will he tolerate this terrible act? Understood? So when this prayoga is used, how will we know? Okay, when we read it directly, if you just take the meaning as it is, you will say he will tolerate this terrible act and leave it. It doesn't make complete sense. The Rama will terrible act if he had known that Sita Mata was abducted. One. So for all of us, it rings a bell. And then we should look at the commentary. Tilaka says this commentary very clearly. It's a Kaku Prayoga. The moment it's a Kaku Prayoga, instead of full stop, we make it into a question mark and change the he and will order. Okay, so it becomes a rhetoric. I hope it's clear. Meaning, yes?
Can you repeat, ma'am, please?
Sure. See, Jananapi Tejasvi Dharshanam Marshayishyati. Jananapi, if he knows also. Tejasvi, the effulgent Rama. Dharshanam, this terrible act. Varshayishyati, he will tolerate. If we had known, if Rama had known, he will tolerate this act. If you put it like a full stop sentence.
How he will tolerate, ma'am? He doesn't.
Obviously, he will not tolerate, ma. But if you take the word by word meaning, then the meaning is Dharshanam means terrible act. Varshayishyati means will tolerate. Okay. But if you take it literally, it doesn't make sense. So you should look at what does it mean. It is a rhetoric question. Will he tolerate? Is how we should take it. So how will you take it? If only Rama had known, will he tolerate such an act? So instead of saying he will tolerate and put full stop, you will say will he tolerate and put a question mark. Understood? So you reinterpret the sentence to get the correct meaning. Okay, so it becomes a rhetorical question. Will he tolerate? Obviously no. Okay. Hritetiyobhigatva mam Hritetiyobhigatva mam Raghavaya nivedayet Raghavaya nivedayet Vridharajopi sarane Vridharajopi sarane Ravanena nipatita रावणेन निपातितः कृतेतियोऽभिगत्वा मां राघवाय निवेदयेत् कृतेतियोऽभिगत्वा मां राघवाय निवेदयेत् घृत्रराजोऽपि सरणे रावणेन निपातितः गृध्रराजोऽपि सरणे रावणेन निपातितः हृतेतियोऽभिगत्वा मां राघवाय निवेदयेत् गृध्रराजोऽपि सरणे रावणेन निपातितः आसीत् was fallen. Yah, one who adhigatva hriteti. Adhigatva, having known. Krita iti. Krita means what? One who has been captured. Sita. Sita who has been captured. Iti. Raghavaya nivedayet. To Raghava, who will tell? One who will tell is the question. Okay. Who, having known that I have been abducted, will inform Rama of the same. You understand? Raghavaya nivedayet. Who is that? Who is the person who could have told? Saha Gridharajaha. He, Jatayu. Ravanena Rane. by Ravana in battle, Nipatitaha, has fallen. Even Jatayu, who jumped in to save me, was killed in battle by Ravana. So who is the witness? Who can tell Rama that I have been abducted? She's asking herself. Kritam karma mahattena, kritam karma mahattena, mam tathabhyavapadyata, mam tathabhyavapadyata. तिष्ठता रावणद्वन्द्वे तिष्ठता रावणद्वन्द्वे वृद्धेनापि जटायुषा वृद्धेनापि जटायुषा कृतं कर्म महत्तेन मां तथाभ्यवपद्यता कृतं कर्म महत्तेन मां तथाभ्यवपद्यता तिष्ठता रावणद्वन्द्वे वृद्धेनापि जटायुषा तिष्ठता रावणद्वन्द्वे वृद्धेनापि जटायुषा कृतं कर्म महत्तेन मां तथाभ्यवपद्यता तिष्ठता रावणद्वन्द्वे वृद्धेनापि जटायुषा कर्म कृतम अस्ति. Okay, माम तथा me likewise अभ्यवपद्यता वृद्धेनापि जटायुषा तेन जटायुषा रावणद्वन्द्वे तिष्ठता महत्कर्म कृतम. Okay, to me likewise. See, apart from his role in informing Rama of Sita Mata's abduction, the good thing that Jatayu did for Sita Mata was in trying to save her. So she is also showing her Kritagya Bhava by saying, Jatayu, to me also, likewise, Abhyavapadyata Vridhenapi Jatayusha, all the Vridhena Jatayusha, by the old Jatayu, Abhyavapadyata, by advancing and trying to protect me, Ravana Dvandve Tishtata, by standing in a battle with Ravana, Mahat Karma Kritam, he has done something good for me. Okay, so she's acknowledging Jatayu's role and saying he helped me too. I hope the meaning is clear. इमामिह जानीयात् यदिमामिह जानीयात् वर्तमानां स राघवः वर्तमानां स राघवः अद्य बाणैरभिक्रुद्धः अद्य बाणैरभिक्रुद्धः कुर्याद्लोकमराक्षसम् कुर्याल्लोकमराक्षसम् यदि मामिह जानीयात् वर्तमानां स राघवः अद्य यदि मामिह जानीयात् वर्तमानां स राघवः अद्य बाणैरभिक्रुद्धः कुर्याल्लोकमराक्षसम् अद्य बाणैरभिक्रुद्धः कुर्याल्लोकमराक्षसम् together यदि मामिह जानीयात् वर्तमानां स राघवः अद्य बाणैरभिक्रुद्धः कुर्याल्लोकमराक्षसम् अद्य बाणैरभिक्रुद्धः कुर्याल्लोकमराक्षसम् together यदि मामिह जानीयात् वर्तमानां स राघवः अद्य बाणैरभिक्रुद्धः कुर्याल्लोकमराक्षसम् कुर्यात् he would have done ashirling he would do सह राघवः he Rama मां इह वर्तमानां me present here जानीयात् यदि if he knows Abhikruddha, angered, Lokam, the worlds, Banaihi, with his arrows, Adya, today, Arakshasam Kurya, will make this world free from Rakshasas. arakshasam kuryat. If only Rama had known that I was here, by now, all the Rakshasas of the world would have been killed by him. Vidhamecha purim lanka, vidhamecha purim lanka, shoshayetcha mahodadhim, shoshayetcha mahodadhim, ravanasya cha नीचस्य, ravanasya cha नीचस्य, कीर्तिं नाम च नाशयेत्, कीर्तिं नाम च नाशयेत्, विधमेच्च पुरीं लङ्कां शोषयेच्च महोदधिम्, विधमेच्च पुरीं लङ्कां शोषयेच्च महोदधिम्, रावणस्य च नीचस्य, कीर्तिं नाम च नाशयेत्, रावणस्य च नीचस्य, कीर्तिं नाम च नाशयेत्. Together. विधमेच्च पुरीं लङ्कां शोषयेच्च महोदधिम्, रावणस्य च नीचस्य, कीर्तिं नाम च नाशयेत्. Vidhamet, nashayet, shoshayet. 3 verbs. Okay. Lankapurim, vidhamet. Lankapuri will be blown away. Cha and Mahodadhim shoshayet. He will dry up the ocean. Nichasya Ravanasya kirtim nashayet. The lowly Ravana's fame and glory will be destroyed. From here, from 23 onwards, probably from 8 to 10 shlokas, Sita Mata pronounces a detailed curse on Lanka. Okay, you will wonder, why did Maharshi Valmiki spend 22 shlokas telling what we already knew? Everything that we have known so far, now we have heard through Sita Mata's words. The summary of the story so far, practically, we have heard. What do you think is the reason? There is a reason.
Can you repeat the question, ma'am?
I think that's what this class, no, I've in an intent to finish shlokas, no, I don't think I'm checking if everyone's like completely in the picture. See, till now, 22 shlokas, we have heard a repetition of what we know. Jatayu gave himself up to save my life, to protect me. Why has Rama not come? Rama, Rama, I'm thinking of Rama, I'm thinking of Lakshmana. The words also very nicely, Rama's names, Lakshmana's names. So many things. Those 22 dialogues, read carefully. If you look at Valmiki Ramayana and think, Ade Arachamave, Trivi, he's doing, then you'll get bored and you'll yawn in class. But if you actually pay attention, you will realize that there is a reason why Valmiki Maharishi has put those 22 verses again. Think. Who said to whom is the question you should ask yourself. I've given a big clue.
In the previous shloka, Sitaji's sorrow has been explained by Valmiki.
Sorrow. No. She is lamenting. Bruvanti, first shloka was what? She started to speak. 22 shlokas are, why has Raghava not come and saved me? My heart is made of stone only by now. If being separated from my husband I'm separated, my heart should have broken by now. Chindava, Prabhinnava, whatever happens to me, it is okay. But even if I'm eaten up by these people, it is okay. But without Rama, life is not worth living. So many references to Rama, I'm missing Rama, Lakshmana, Agrajaha. And then many dialogues saying that Jatayu tried to save me. Rama's power is so much. He is still not protecting me. Why has he not come? Why has he not come? Rama. Why? I mean, it makes sense. It is in context. The wife is lamenting separation from her husband, powerful husband. So she wants him. But there is a reason why. Smrishji, please tell.
Yeah, I think it is for us to realize that Jivatma, only companion is Paramatma.
Correct. Yearning is true, but there is one more benefit here. Yearning, when very nicely and succinctly at the end of 25th Sarga, she has expressed it off. There is no need for starting at 26th Sarga and putting in 22 more shlokas. Because at the end of the 25th Sarga, we saw the metaphor of Jivatma yearning for the Paramatma, and that is Sita Mata's dialogues are interpreted that way. Now in this 26th Sarga, 22 dialogues, when Valmiki spends 22 dialogues probably on birth of Rama. Okay, 22 dialogues he spent on Sita's lament. Why?
Because Sita ji
Huh,
is
ma'am?
imagining, ma'am.
Huh?
Sita ji
Yes,
is imagining, so imagination is nothing but leads to sorrow.
that is okay. We can learn that lesson. If we keep dwelling on our sorrow, we keep talking more. Okay, but there is a purpose. Kausala ji,
Uh, yes. Is it because Hanuman is there? He is listening to that.
correct. Till now, Hanuman's certainty has not come. Now he is very sure. He has not opened his mouth because he has not heard the word Rama from Sita Mata's lips yet. Now he has heard it. And he is keeping on hearing the prowess of Rama, separation from Rama, how it is destroying her, and how she's asking, Rama is not yet come to me, no. Lakshmana's brother has not come to me, no. It is like, Sita Mata, two levels we should look at her. One as a Jivatma in suffering due to separation from Paramatma. Another as Jagan Mata playing a role. Here she is role playing. She is playing her role to the T, feeding all the lines that will make Hanuman more and more sure, oh, she is the one I came for. That is why when Hanuman finally opens his mouth, he says with certainty, I have found you, O Sita. Okay, till now it is always, okay, Ravana is threatening a lady, he is calling her Sita, but then is there is there some trick happening? There was never certainty. Now certainty is building in Hanuman's mind. That is why even the approach to Simshupa tree was important, because it is well within his earshot. Okay, so that is why now we can, 822, we can still see a couple more shlokas, but I wanted to make this point here because otherwise we can yawn in Valmiki Ramayana also when dialogues get very repetitive. But if we actually open our brains and pay attention, we really can learn. And then this is just one level. There are people who have dedicated their lives to study of Ramayana. When we do that, unexpected meanings will shine by references to other sargas. Even as you read more of Ramayana, you will understand more of the intricacies, and that will come only through concentrated, focused bhakti bhava filled reading. Okay, so now let's go to the next shloka. Here from now on, what is she doing? She is pronouncing a curse on Lanka. Only with her words it can come true. If she does, because till now, compassionate, always willing to forgive. If that had happened, then Lanka would not get destroyed. The Asuras will not get destroyed. Asuras' destruction is the whole nimitta of this avatar. It has to happen. Even the destruction is now being sanctioned by Jagan Mata. Immediately, Sundaralari students should think. What should you think? It is by her Bru Agya that Sadashiva decides to create, preserve, destroy. Everything happens by her Bru Agya. Now it is her Vak Agya. She has given it, now destruction for Lanka guaranteed. Okay, so the nimitta starts to roll. Her avatara also comes to fruition because of this. Tato nihatanathanam rakshasinam grihe yathahamevam rudati तथा भूयो न संशयः ततो निहतनाथानां राक्षसीनां गृहे यथाहमेवं रुदति तथा भूयो न संशयः यथाहमेवं रुदति तथा भूयो न संशयः together ततो निहतनाथानां राक्षसीनां गृहे यथाहमेवं रुदति तथा भूयो न संशयः नास्ति. There is no doubt. Tataha, then. So first is Ravana's, the ocean will dry up, Lankapuri will get destroyed, Ravana's fame and glory will get destroyed. Previous shloka. This shloka, then after that. Aham yatha rudati. The way I am crying, tatha, in the same way, grihe grihe, in every house. Okay. Nihatanathanam rakshasinam, the rakshasis whose husbands have been killed in battle, bhuyaha, again they will also cry. The samshayaha, there is no doubt about it. Just like I am crying now, every rakshasi who's lost her husband will cry in every house in Lanka. Anvishya rakshasam Lanka, Anvishya rakshasam Lankam, Kuryad Ramah Salakshmanaha, Kuryad Ramah Salakshmanaha, Nahitabhyam Ripur Drishtaha, Nahitabhyam Ripur Drishtaha, Muhurtamapi Jivati, Muhurtamapi Jivati, Anvishya Rakshasam Lankam, Kuryad Ramah Salakshmanaha, Anvishya Rakshasam Lankam, Kuryad Ramah Salakshmanaha, Nahitabhyam Ripur दृष्टः मुहूर्तमपि जीवति नहिताभ्यां रिपुः दृष्टः मुहूर्तमपि जीवति together अन्विष्य रक्षसां लङ्कां कुर्याद् रामः स लक्ष्मणः नहिताभ्यां रिपुः दृष्टः मुहूर्तमपि जीवति न जीवति will not live. So Lakshmana Ramaha, along with Lakshmana Rama, Rakshasam Lanka, of the Rakshasas Lanka, Anvishya, having searched, Puryat, they may do Tabhyam Drishtaha Ripuhu. By them, those enemies who have been seen. Ripuhu means enemies. Those enemies who have been seen. Muhurtamapi Jivati will not be able to live even for a second. Now, these dialogues also, from 23 onwards, have a deeper symbolism. I forgot to mention at the beginning. Vidamecha Purim Lankam onwards, Tato Nihatanathanam. In the 24th shloka, Tato Nihatanathanam, Rakshasinam Grihe Grihe, Yathahameva Rudati, Bhuyolpita Samsheha. If an aparadha is committed to a Bhagavata, if you make a Bhagavata cry, you will cry because Sita Mata herself has told it. Okay, if you make a devotee of the Lord cry, you will cry. So when a devotee of the Lord cries, one must feel. Bhagavan will not allow me to cry without doing justice. What is the proof? Next dialogue. Whoever is the enemy to Dharma, whoever is the enemy to Bhagavatas, Bhagavan will surely destroy. This is from the point of view of giving us the reassurance that Bhagavan will protect. Rama and Lakshmana carrying their arrows will destroy all the enemies that confront Dharma. Deeper meaning, Ripus who are tormenting our nature, namely the Shadripus, by Ramanama Smarana will surely be destroyed. So at different levels we can take meaning. Why is it so important to take a level of meaning from these shlokas? Because they have come out from Jagannatha's mouth. They are not written by Valmiki as some random description. Okay, so like the previous one, if if you make a Bhagavata cry, you will cry. If something you, then Bhagavan will surely protect you. Bhagavan will surely uphold Dharma. In this way, there's a lot of reassurance embedded in these shlokas. So we must not just take it as a curse on Lanka. Okay, we must analyze it like that and understand. We will now probably see one more shloka and close. Chita dhuma kulapatha, Chita dhuma kulapatha, Gridhamandala sankula, Gridhamandala sankula, Achirenaiva lankeyam, Achirenaiva lankeyam, Shmashana sadrishi bhavet, Shmashana sadrishi bhavet, Chita dhuma kulapatha, Gridhamandala sankula, Chita dhuma kulapatha, Gridhamandala sankula, Achirenaiva lankeyam, Shmashana sadrishi bhavet, आचिरेणैव लङ्केयं श्मशानसदृशी भवेत्. Together. चिता धूमाकुलपथा गृध्रमण्डलसङ्कुला अचिरेणैव लङ्केयं श्मशानसदृशी भवेत्. इयं लङ्का श्मशानसदृशी भवेत् will be. इयं लङ्का, this lanka, श्मशानसदृशी equal to a symmetry. इयं लङ्का अचिरेण without delay. Chita dhuma kula patha. Patha refers to streets. How are the streets? Dhumakula. Dhumakula means what? Covered with smoke. Chita dhumakula patha. Smoke from chita, funeral pyres. So Lanka will be filled with smoke from funeral pyres of the Rakshasas. Gridhra mandala sankula. Gridhra. You see, no, Gridhra Raja, vulture. Vulture, mandala, packs, groups. Sankula, covered by. So packs of vultures will descend on Lanka. Shmashana Sadrishi Bhavet. It will become like a cemetery, the prosperous, glorious Lanka. So where Bhagavata Aparadha happens, where Bhagavat Ninda happens, this will be the fate of such a place, is the dhvani behind this particular shloka. So even though the first 22 were sad and depressing, we see, no, there is justice in the world, and Jagannatha is pronouncing justice with every dialogue of hers. Okay, and always follow 26 with 27. You know that Bhagavan also is endorsing it when we chant both the sargas together. So now let's close with, we can stop the recordings.